Okay, let's talk about the Gerudo Regional
Yeah,
Phenomenon. There you go,
phenomenon.
singular. This was awesome. This was so good. I had the time of my life. This might have actually been my favorite. I don't know if it's this one or if it's the Goron one, but like, it's definitely one of these, and it's. I had such a blast. Tell me your thoughts, because this is probably fresh on your mind, right?
Yeah, I just did it last night because
Oh
I was trying to
yes.
hold off as long as possible. I was trying so hard, but I knew we were going to talk about it. I personally never like sand portions of games or desert portions of games. I loved this portion of the game. First of all, I like the whole place is covered in a shroud, and like you live in the desert, so sandstorms are going to come up, but this shroud is like so like debilitating to their livelihood that they had to go into hiding underground, which is just crazy. And it's just like this gross sand that's also bringing in monsters. So I really liked what the phenomena brought. Again, it was just like another tragic event that you have to watch these people go through and like figure out how to help them.
Can I interject with something that I really loved here?
Yeah.
I think that there is often times when you play this game, and like oftentimes I feel like, do these people not remember me from Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
Um, I saved the world. Remember that? That was like a few years ago. Like you should like anytime you see Bolson, he's like, "Hey, young man, who are you?" And it's like, "Dude, you built my house. Like, come on." So one thing that I loved was like you get to the underground Gerudo bunker, and I was like, okay, well, how are we gonna infiltrate this? And you, I
Mhm.
guess you sort of have to like kind of infiltrate it, but not really. You can get there, and they're like, I recognize you. You helped us, and they let you in, and it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of because it's Bularia Bularia?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bularia.
she's the one who recognizes you. But I also like how you infiltrate the area, and it felt very Gerudo from games past, how you infiltrate it. Like, I got Ocarina of Time vibes, Majora's Mask vibes, where you have to infiltrate the Gerudo region, sneak in there, and then they eventually, like, welcome you in with open arms.
Hmm.
Like, well, I guess not in Majora's Mask, but you know what I'm talking about. And I was like, this felt so Gerudo. I loved it.
Okay, we have to correct ourselves. It's Belira. Belira.
Belira?
I think that's how you
Okay.
say Bul.
Riju says her
I.
name, and I'm pretty sure it's like something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, let's go with
Riju
that.
says her name, so I'll just whatever Riju says is what I'll say.
I'm gonna just say Belira. Belira.
Lyra.
Okay.
Aria.
Yeah. So I thought that that was great. You get in, and it like it's really cool because like again you kind of go to Zora's Domain, feels mostly the same. Goron City feels mostly this. It's Rito City, like it feels mostly the same. This one I was like, this is really cool because I don't remember if they were in Breath of the Wild. I don't remember them at all. These like little underground catacombs.
Mhm.
And you can explore them, and it feels new and fresh. And like, there's that cool little section if you really go a little bit deeper, and that you
Mhm.
can find. So I thought that this was like, I thought this was pretty sweet.
Mhm. I loved it. Yeah, that was definitely cool. And getting to town, when you walk in first, you start to notice that like obviously the town is kind of destroyed from the haze, but also there are new monsters in there.
Hmm.
What did you think of the Gibdos?
I thought they were awesome.
Really?
Honestly, I thought they were incredible. I just like I knew that they were going to be in the game, but like seeing them, I was just like, yes, this is wicked. Fighting them, it's fine. Like
Uh-huh.
if you've ever fought a Gibdo, you know exactly what to do. You light it on fire and you quickly take them out. But I loved it. I think that they look great, and they always
Okay.
have like arrows sticking out of them too, which I like.
Yeah,
So what?
because they seem impervious, until you hit them with elemental powers.
Yeah.
I will say I was initially a little disappointed because they didn't scream at you and like try to hug you to death. I
You know
was
what? I'm okay with that.
okay. I just felt like that's very traditional for Redead and Gibdos. And of course, these also look like Redead, but they're called Gibdos, so I was kind of like confused. But then I saw them moving and their necks like do this weird lizard
Hmm.
fluttering thing, and also they do like this weirdly creepy ring woman crawling across the ground thing really fast at you, like fast zombies. And it's creepy. So then I was like, okay, no, I can get behind these Gibdos. They are creepy AF and I love them.
I thought they were great. Yeah, like I listen. I like the classic like they scream at you and it stops. Like there is a sense of dread there, but like
Yeah.
At this point, now it's just kind of annoying because it's like, oh god, like I want to move, like, you know, like just let me go. So I was glad that they dropped that.
And you want to know what I instantly thought of when the moth ones started showing up? I said, they fly now.
Oh my god, they fly now.
They fly now.
Yeah,
they have ones that are like a combination of like the moth enemies that we've seen in Zelda too.
pretty awesome, actually. And
Their wings are cool.
Very terrifying to see a flying Gibdo.
Yeah.
Never seen that before. Yeah, I thought the design looked great. So obviously, this is the big thing happening to Gerudo Town. Is like they've got these crazy sandstorms going on, and they are infested with these Gibdo nests. And there's all these Gibdos coming down. They look awesome, and they look creepy. And man, this next portion was so incredible. Actually, I'm skipping ahead a little bit. So first of all, you have to go find Riju, and she's training, and she's got her lightning dance thing going on. And I will say, I wish that there was a way to activate her lightning without having to shoot arrows, because at the time I was like, I have like 5 arrows. I don't have arrows to spare.
Oh, okay.
I've been like perpetually low on arrows my entire playthrough.
I just went around to all the beetles and bought a ton until I had like 600.
Well, I've also been perpetually low on rupees in my playthrough, so well, not anymore actually, thanks to you. But so you find Riju. Riju looks good. Like she looks
a little grown up.
A little grown up.
Dual swords. It's so cool looking. She looks great.
Yeah, I thought she looks great. She sounds a little bit different, almost like a little bit more mature. Not quite like Urbosa, like badass level, but like you could tell like she's on her way. She's definitely matured. She's got some courage. She's probably my favorite of the new champions, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. 100%. And we'll talk about it later at the end of the temple, how I felt about her at the end. But like, it's kind of a common theme with everybody growing in this game and like gaining confidence. And Riju definitely has it, because she was worried in Breath of the Wild. She was like, I'm really young to be a chief, and I don't know if I'm like strong enough to take care of these people. But in this game, she's like, I know that I can take care of these people, and they're my people, and I can do what I can. And she's very commanding and militant, and she's fantastic.
Like I felt like, you know how we were just saying, like, it's a Sidon wasn't that helpful. I felt the complete opposite about Riju. Like, without her, like, this town was lost.
Yeah.
Like, bar none. So I thought that was fantastic. So you go and recruit her. You got to find your way through the desert, which is also very Ocarina of Time-esque, like when you're in the Haunted Wasteland, which I love. I think this happens after, right? Where you got to activate the light beacons. Yeah, that happens after. Yep,
that happens a little later. You find Riju, and then the bazaar, Karakar Bazaar, is being attacked by Gibdos.
That's right. So you got to go rescue him, and you find out that you can actually hurt these Gibdo nests with your electrified arrow shock, which is so cool. So you go and take that out, and then the real drama starts to happen. It is an all-out assault on Gerudo Town. This was so awesome. This was so great.
Say, like, I felt very in a good way, because I know we don't have a good taste on the Age of Calamity, but this like felt a little like Age of Calamity, where
kind of, yeah,
where you fight alongside characters to save the town, and she instructs you to go talk to like the captains of the guard and set up, defenses and offenses and prepare for the onslaught. And then when you start the onslaught, it felt very Age of Calamity, where Riju is like instructing you from afar the whole time, and you have to go and kind of protect her. It was great. I thought that was really cool.
This was one of my favorite sequences of the game, actually, so far. Like, it was intense. It was action packed. It was like I love like when you're playing a video game and you like it's frantic, and you're just like, oh no, like I'm doing this thing here, but I got to run over, and like you've got these. So Gerudo Town is under assault. There are 3 giant Gibdo nests, and it's up to you and Riju to take them all out. And like all the rest of the guards, that's the thing about the Gerudo guards too, is like they're doing their job. Like they're actually fighting. They're not just like useless NPCs. Like one of them's got the cannon going, the other one's kind of sticking it to the Gibdo. Like granted, they don't know to use fire, but they're at least they're trying. They're holding him somewhat at bay. And this was just so great. So like Riju's in the center, and like she's charging up her electric abilities, and it's kind of up to you to like let it as it expands go and target all the Gibdos, and like it's just like so awesome. Like you shoot the arrow and it's like this giant explosion that wipes out all these Gibdos, and then there's all by the way, there's all the Gibdo like bones, which are super powerful but break very quickly.
Very quickly. Yeah. That it was a very, very cool sequence. And it felt out of place compared to the others, but like in a good way. I was like, I feel so much more involved with not only the story, but Riju. Like, we were a team, and that was really cool.
Yeah, and like it had an urgency about it. It was like, okay, like I've got rid of these Gibdos, like now's my chance. I'm gonna take my one shot to get this. Yes, I got the nest blown up, but like, oh no, there's like 8 flying Gibdos on the other side. Like I gotta run over and I gotta go and get them. So like this was so awesome. This was so fantastic, and it had something, like it had a feeling to it, like an urgency, a sense of danger maybe that the other phenomenon did not have. And like you said, like I felt like after I was done, I wanted to be like, Riju, let's get a beer. Like we earned that. Like we,
Let's, what is it? Noble Pursuit. Let's go to the bar and get a Noble Pursuit.
and by the way, like there's that one scene too where like Riju like storms back and she's like, not today, Gibdos. Like these are my people. And she's got this new ability, and like she's awesome in that moment. Belira's awesome, and like the whole thing is like so incredible. It was so well done. I felt like I was like playing Halo or something like that, where like I was desperately running over to fend off the next wave of attackers. Like this was great.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Like I said, it felt very Age of Calamity to me, or just Hyrule Warriors in general, because you had different sections that you had to defend or come back if Riju was being attacked, and it was very involved. So cool. Man,
when I saw like there literally was a time where I saw like 6 flying Gibdos, and I was like, oh my god, no. And like sniping them in the air with my fire fruit arrows, waiting for Riju to charge, and the charge finally goes, you finally hit it, and it's like, this is great.
Very satisfying.
Yeah. This like I said, this is one of my favorite sequences of the game. If you can't tell by my reaction here, I thought it was so fun. Like it was like every single box was ticked off, and I was kind of like, when I was talking about the Goron, I was surprised by how awesome it was. I don't know why, but I was like expecting the Gerudo portion to be awesome, because I thought that the Gerudo part was like by far actually the best part of Breath of the Wild. This is even better than I thought it was going to be. This is sweet.
Glad. Like I personally didn't much care for the Gerudo region in Breath of the Wild, because you have to go and do the Yiga stuff, and then you come back, and then you and Riju go on and take on Naboris, and then you get on Naboris, and Naboris is a tough divine beast, so like it was fine, but it wasn't like my favorite. But this is definitely my favorite phenomena of the whole thing. And so I would honestly say the dungeon too. When we start ranking the dungeons next week, the dungeon is phenomenal.
Oh yeah, the dungeon is awesome. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed this clip and want to see more of the Zelda Cast, make sure to head over to your favorite podcast platform of choice and subscribe. There are over 200 episodes in the vault that will provide you with hundreds of hours of Zelda content for you to enjoy. You can listen to us when you're on a walk, fighting Ganon, trying to sleep, whatever. And if you want to see these shows as they happen, make sure to head over to twitch.tv/the Zelda Cast, where you can watch our beautiful faces talk about Zelda every single week. Don't miss out, and we'll see you next time.